Hello, my friend. Before we begin, just take a moment with me. A quiet breath in and out. Do you feel that? That deep gravitational pull towards safety, towards stability. It's the silent architect of our entire lives. We build our world on the foundation of predictability. The steady paycheck, the 401k ticking upwards, the mortgage paid on time. We plan our vacations months in advance, creating detailed itineraries to eliminate any chance of the unexpected. Our calendars are fortresses, with every hour accounted for, every meeting a brick in the wall we build against the chaos of the world. We strive to be robust, durable. We want to be the granite boulder on the shore, unmovable as the tides of fortune crash against us. We want to be invulnerable, and for the longest time, this has seemed like the ultimate goal, the most intelligent strategy for a well-lived life, to construct a reality that can withstand any blow. This is our world, the world of order, the world where chaos is the enemy, and randomness is a demon to be exorcised with planning, insurance, and routine. This is where we begin, in the comfort of our fortress. But what if that fortress is made of glass? What if our relentless pursuit of order is, paradoxically, the very thing that makes us so fragile? What if, in our attempt to shield ourselves from the wind, we haven't become a boulder, but a delicate, trembling candle flame, ready to be extinguished by the slightest draft? Think about it. The financial crisis of 2008, an event that the world's most brilliant economists insisted couldn't happen. The global pandemic that brought our robust systems to a screeching halt. The sudden job loss that shatters a 20-year career plan. The unexpected diagnosis that makes a mockery of our health routines. These events, these black swans, as the philosopher Nassim Taleb calls them, arrive without invitation and tear through our carefully constructed walls as if they were made of paper. And here is the devastating irony. The more we shield ourselves from small, everyday stressors, the more catastrophic the large, rare shocks become. A muscle that is never strained will snap under sudden pressure. An immune system raised in a sterile bubble is defenseless against a real-world virus. A life devoid of minor failures, setbacks, and course corrections becomes brittle, rigid, and terrifyingly vulnerable to the one big shock that will inevitably come. This is the flaw in the system. The quiet, unsettling feeling that our stability is an illusion. It's the itch we can't scratch. The need for a better way. There has to be a better way. And there is. Let me introduce you to our guide for this journey. A thinker, a former options trader, a modern-day philosopher who looks at our fragile world and offers not a patch, not a repair, but a radical new architecture. His name is Nassim Nicholas Taleb, and his message is this: stop trying to be the candle. Become the fire that craves the wind. Taleb introduces a concept so fundamental that it's shocking. It didn't have a name before him. A concept that describes half of the living, breathing, evolving world. Antifragility. It is not resilience. It is not robustness. It is something entirely different. And understanding it is the threshold we must now cross. So come with me, my friend. Let's leave the deceptive safety of the fortress behind and step into this wild, fascinating, and ultimately empowering new world. Let's see what it means to truly thrive on chaos. To grasp antifragility, Taleb gives us a simple, powerful triad. Picture 3 items being shipped in a box. The first is fragility. This is a porcelain teacup. It craves calm, quiet, and order. Any shock, any stress, any mishandling, and it shatters. It can only be harmed. The second is robustness. This is a steel ball. You can shake the box, drop it, throw it against a wall. It remains unchanged. It endures the chaos, but it doesn't learn from it. This is what most of us aim for. But then there is the third item, anti-fragility. Imagine, in this box, you have the mythical Hydra. If the box is jostled and one of its heads is severed, 2 new, stronger heads grow in its place. The system doesn't just survive the shock. The shock makes it better. It feeds on disorder. This, my friend, is the secret of everything that lives and evolves. Your muscular system is anti-fragile. Stress in the form of weightlifting causes micro-tears that heal back stronger. Your immune system is anti-fragile. Exposure to pathogens strengthens its future response. The culinary scene of a great city is anti-fragile. Bad restaurants, fragile units, go out of business, making the overall ecosystem of food more delicious and resilient. The system learns from failure. For an anti-fragile system, stress is not damage, it's information. A mistake is not a failure. It's a priceless piece of data. The road of trials is not an obstacle to be overcome. It is the very path to growth itself. And so, we arrive at the treasure, the profound, life-altering discovery at the heart of this journey. Anti-fragility is not about predicting the future. It's about building a system that doesn't need to. You don't need to know which storm is coming if your ship is built to get stronger with every wave. You don't need to forecast the next financial crisis if your wealth is structured to benefit from volatility. The practical application of this is what Taleb calls the Barbell Strategy. Instead of putting all your resources into medium-risk ventures, which are often just traps of hidden, unpredictable risk, you divide them into 2 radical extremes. In investing, for example, put 90% of your capital into something ultra-safe, something that cannot be wiped out. Then, take the remaining 10% and expose it to the wildest, most speculative, high-upside opportunities you can find. With this strategy, your downside is strictly capped. The worst you can possibly lose is that 10%. But your upside is unlimited, open to the heavens. You have cut off the tail of catastrophic risk and exposed yourself fully to the tail of explosive, positive black swans. This is the philosopher's stone. It's the method for turning chaos into gold. You stop playing the fool's game of prediction and start structuring your life, your career, your health, your knowledge, to have an asymmetric payoff where the potential gains from randomness far, far outweigh the potential losses. But this treasure has a price, and that price is one of the hardest things for modern humans to pay. It is our ego, our addiction to the illusion of control. The price is the willingness to be wrong, often. It's the intellectual humility to admit that you don't know what's coming next. It's the courage to abandon the comfort of a 5-year plan, of a meticulously optimized routine. It's about deliberately injecting a bit of healthy chaos into your life. It means being less of a tourist with your pre-booked tours and TripAdvisor-approved restaurants, and more of a flaneur, one who wanders without a destination, open to serendipity. In your career, it means not being afraid to experiment with side projects that seem to have no immediate payoff. In your health, it means embracing the hormetic stresses of fasting or cold exposure, because that is what makes your biological system stronger. The price is accepting that you are not a machine to be optimized, but a living organism to be challenged. And that, my friend, can be terrifying. It means letting go of the sweet, comforting lullaby of predictability. And so we return to our world. The same world, with the same bills to pay and emails to answer. But something is different. We carry the treasure with us. Now, when you look at your life, you don't see a fortress to be defended at all costs. You see a living system to be nurtured and strengthened. You no longer ask, "Is this safe?" You ask, "What is the asymmetry here? What's my upside if I'm right? And what's my downside if I'm wrong?" Instead of a single fragile career path, you start building a barbell, a stable core combined with exciting high upside experiments. Instead of a rigid, monotonous, balanced diet, you discover the power of cycling between feast and fast. You return to your world with a new compass, one that points not towards certainty, but towards optionality. You become a hunter of situations where you have little to lose and a world to gain. You have changed. You are now a master of two worlds. You can navigate the world of order when you must, but you are no longer afraid of the world of chaos. You have learned to dance with uncertainty. You have understood the great paradox, that our obsession with stability is what creates the most violent instability, and that true lasting peace comes from a constant dynamic adaptation to a world that is always in flux. You are no longer a potential victim of black swans. You are someone who has set a feast for them, knowing that while some may bring ruin, others bring unimaginable gifts. You are no longer the candle flame. You are the fire. So let me ask you, my friend, the next time the winds of change howl through your life, will you build higher walls, or will you learn how to fly? The answer to that question is the beginning of everything.